Welcome back to From Fear to Fun, the podcast where we explore how to transform medical encounters with children from moments of fear into opportunities for fun, with connection, confidence, and cooperation. Today's episode is about something that sits at the heart of every medical encounter: change. Change in health, change in habit, change in behavior, change in understanding, and change in responsibility. As soon as someone comes to the doctor, one thing is clear: things cannot stay the same. But who is supposed to change, and who is supposed to drive that change? That's where it gets complicated. Patients come to us because something has shifted, something has deteriorated, and something needs attention. And in response, we offer interventions: medical, surgical, or lifestyle-based. But for these interventions to work, we often require active change from the patient. Following a regime, taking medicine, quitting something, monitoring something, or recovering after surgery. Change is not optional, it is built into the treatment process. Here's the paradox: we demand change from the patient, yet we treat pediatric patients as passive recipients of the change we impose. We demand adjustments to their routines. We question their habits. We prescribe new behaviors, and then we wonder why long-term adherence to treatment plans is as low as 30%. If someone is not part of creating the plan, they rarely feel ownership of it. In an ideal world, the child and the parent understand the problem. They feel empowered to discuss treatment options. They leave with their personalized plan. They understand why change is needed, and they accept the plan and make it their own. This is shared change management. This is partnership. This is sustainable, but reality looks different. Doctors often shy away from helping families develop their own strategies. Why? Because it takes time, because it takes energy, because communication is complicated, because health and disease are complex, because we assume it will be faster if we simply tell them what to do. So instead of co-creating a plan, we impose our plan or the standard plan. And unsurprisingly, it never becomes their plan. Parents and children don't expect otherwise. They are used to being told what to do. But being told what to do is not the same thing as being equipped to do it. What would you do? Parents ask often this question when facing a decision. What would you do? Behind this question lies fear. Fear of choosing wrong. Fear of responsibility. Fear of uncertainty. They know something needs to change, but they want us to make the change, to fix the situation, to wave the magic wand. They do not feel capable of contributing, and we often reinforce that belief by taking over. But change, imposed from the outside, rarely lasts. In a nutshell, every treatment requires change in life, habits, or behavior. Doctors often treat patients as passive recipients of change. This contributes to poor long-term adherence. Shared change management requires time, education, and partnership. Parents often want us to decide because they fear making the wrong choice. Sustainable change happens when families understand, accept, and co-create the plan. Thanks for joining me on this episode of From Fear to Fun. In our next 2 episodes, we'll take a closer look at 2 strategies that are involved in communication around change. First, we look at persuasive communication, and later at cognitive dissonance. Until then, Keep noticing, keep wondering, and keep moving from fear to fun.